Over the past decade and century, there have been significant transformations in modern technology. New devices and tools have been created to simplify tasks beyond what was previously achievable, leading to the automation of processes ranging from small sewing machines to the fastest cars in the world, thereby reducing the reliance on manual labor. Elizabeth Noel Newman proposed the theory of the spiral of silence in mass communication, which explains how public opinion is shaped. According to her theory, individuals tend to withhold their opinions when they perceive that their viewpoint is losing ground. The more they feel this way, the less likely they are to express their opinion. The Internet has become an indispensable aspect of our lives, particularly in the field of education, over the past decade. Despite its drawbacks and the potential for fraud, the Internet has become a valuable tool for students. Today, it is omnipresent and seamlessly integrated into almost every aspect of our daily routines. Public opinion plays a crucial role in stabilizing and integrating societies by resolving conflicts through the spiral of silence, which favors one opinion over others. It acts as a mechanism of social control in communities where people coexist. However, public opinion is subject to change over time and can vary from place to place. Visual images have a profound impact compared to written words. The use of projectors and visuals in education exemplifies technological progress. Presently, leading educational institutions worldwide rely on PowerPoint presentations and projections to create interactive and captivating learning experiences.
Our internal sleep cycle, regulated by the body clock, determines when we feel tired and ready for bed or alert and refreshed. This clock, known as the circadian rhythm, follows a 24-hour cycle, causing increasing tiredness throughout the day after waking up from sleep. This feeling of fatigue reaches its peak in the evening, preceding bedtime.
I find inspiration in listening to motivational speeches and talks. I find inspiration in listening to motivational speeches and talks. My favorite childhood pet was a loyal and playful golden retriever. My favorite childhood pet was a loyal and playful golden retriever. The feeling of sand between my toes and the sound of waves crashing is pure bliss. The feeling of sand between my toes and the sound of waves crashing is pure bliss. It is important to have a support system of friends and family during difficult times. It is important to have a support system of friends and family during difficult times.
I enjoy the feeling of accomplishment after completing a challenging task. I enjoy the feeling of accomplishment after completing a challenging task. I enjoy the feeling of accomplishment after completing a challenging task. My favorite way to unwind is by taking a leisurely stroll in nature. My favorite way to unwind is by taking a leisurely stroll in nature. The smell of fresh flowers in bloom instantly brightens up my day. The smell of fresh flowers in bloom instantly brightens up my day. It is crucial to embrace diversity and celebrate our differences. It is crucial to embrace diversity and celebrate our differences. I find joy in giving back to my community through volunteer work. I find joy in giving back to my community through volunteer work. My favorite childhood game was playing tag with my friends in the park. My favorite childhood game was playing tag with my friends in the park. The taste of homemade ice cream on a hot summer day is pure delight. The taste of homemade ice cream on a hot summer day is pure delight. It is important to maintain a positive attitude even in challenging situations. To be a successful entrepreneur, you should have good ideas, but the definition of a good idea varies depending on whom you ask. A great idea should have several features. Firstly, the great idea should be various and novel. Secondly, the great idea should be unique, which means no one has thought about it. Thirdly, it is essential for great ideas to be transformative and productive. All ideas are essentially a combination of other smaller ideas, but this doesn't mean they can't be unique. Merely copying doesn't make anything idiosyncratic. It's the individuality that one puts in which makes a concept stand out. Constant innovation leaves no room for stagnation and thus adds on to the basic idea, effectively making it unique. Unique ideas are inspired by basic things, they are simply extensions of pre-existing notions. And an idea or a concept is unique only when it transcends its predecessor and serves its purpose in a better and more precise way.
Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury, named after the Roman god of the war. It is often referred to as a red planet because the iron oxide prevalent on its surface gives it a reddish appearance. Mars is a terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere, having surface features reminiscent both of the impact crater of the Moon and the volcanoes, valleys, deserts, and polar ice caps of the Earth. The rotational period and the season cycles of the Mars are likewise similar of those of Earth, as it was the tilt that produced the seasons. Mars is the site of the Olympus Mons, the largest volcano and the second largest known mountain in the solar system, and the Valles Marineris, one of the largest canyon in the solar system. Until the first successful Mars flyby in 1965 by Mariner 4, many speculated about the presence of the liquid water on the planet's surface. This was based on observed periodic variation in the light and the dark patches, particularly in the polar latitude, which appeared to be seas and continents. Geological evidence gathered by the unmanned mission suggested that Mars once had large scale of water coverage on the surface on some earlier stages existence.
What do we call a small grassy area in a forest? What do we call a small grassy area in a forest? Glade. Which organ of our body is associated with the term gastric? Which organ of our body is associated with the term gastric? Stomach. What is the dark area that sometimes appears on the sun's surface called? What is the dark area that sometimes appears on the sun's surface called? Sunspot. What do we call a company that sponsors an event for advertising purposes? What do we call a company that sponsors an event for advertising purposes? Sponsor. How do we describe something that can be processed and used again? How do we describe something that can be processed and used again? Recyclable.
What do we call an expert who studies birds? What do we call an expert who studies birds? Ornithologist.